action! I'm Zoe Clement. I'm back with my friend
Haley Curly.
and we are going to show you the last activity in this first set of 3. So we did Naughty Monkey, Guess Who, and now we're going to do letter construction. All right, letter construction builds on the work that we did with Naughty Monkey. You can make everything in this kit, or you can order the kit.
Hey, the blue one.
Pardon?
Where's the blue one?
There's the blue one. We're looking for that. I developed this activity sort of out of if you've seen Writing Without Tears, it kind of comes from that, an idea about that. But I found that it wasn't enough, so I take it a little bit further. So in this kit you have, again, your instructions with all the worksheets. Then you have, what do you have there?
Chalkboard.
Chalkboard, chalk, and I put 2 different pieces of chalk in. And if you don't have a chalkboard table, get a little chalkboard. So I'm going to give you your red and blue because you're going to need those. I broke them in half because they break anyway and kids like working with smaller pieces. You have your foam letters, which that's the Writing Without Tears piece of this. And there actually is one piece missing in this that I'm going to go get in just a moment. There's one more thing in this kit, but I took it out to use.
I don't know why I wouldn't draw on top of it.
Everyone wants to write when they get chalk out. Everyone wants to. You're not alone. You also have the same laminated boards that you have in your Naughty Monkey kit.
Hey!
It's a double up. That's fine. So here's our Guess Who. Back here, Naughty Monkey. I'm putting this one back in here. Okay, the goal of letter construction, Miss Haley, is I have this little four in a row. I call it Connect 4 up in the wall to remind myself. You need pencils here. You need your erasable marker here, and you should have a second color.
La, la, la. Oh, you guys can't see that. That's okay.
La la la. Got it.
It's more like LOL.
Okay, there you go. So in this activity, Haley we're gonna go back and reuse her Naughty Monkey sheets, all right? So if you can put your chalk aside for 1 minute, because you're gonna learn and get this into your muscle memory, how to do this. In this one, oops, go grab those, that's okay. In this one, you do want the child to have an alphabet guide. This isn't a guessing game. Like Naughty Monkey was guessing and writing it down was guessing. This one, we really, really want to go back and repair any gaps in the alphabet and any gaps in letter construction, which is why it's called letter construction. So the physical layout of the letters. All right, Haley, your alphabet's up here. You'll notice that this A is a little bit weird. If you don't like that A and your child doesn't like that A, that's fine. This is from the dyslexia font, and some people like the Comic Sans A, then just change it on there. I would only recommend doing 1 row per lesson. Any more than that, it won't go into long-term memory. So when we did this, I want to point out a couple things. If you can see this, whoop, there's Haley's alphabet. And it's squished. It's squished in there because most kids who don't feel too confident in their writing squish things in. This one's a little more spacious, but again, remember how we went from uppercase to lowercase?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do upper and lowercase, A, B, C, and D together. You can do all uppercase lesson and then go back and do a lowercase lesson. You can only work on the letters that your child or student is having difficulties with. In my case, I'm going to teach you how to do uppercase and lowercase a side by side. So the first thing we do, make it. Can you make for me an uppercase A using these tools right here?
I think so.
All right, go for it.
I like doing I have another short one.
You don't have another short one. So that's good. I agree. Some people do round A's. I think I even do round A's. Could you redo it without using... Okay, she's been very imaginative. But can you copy this A? How do you replicate this A? Okay, there's the lowercase a. Perfect. We'll start with the lowercase a. We'll go back to the other one. Actually, no, we'll do both side by side. Using only the pieces that you have, like a magic trick, please do the uppercase a and the lowercase a side by side. Put this little a here, just like this. Do the big case right here. Squeeze it over here. That's perfect. You got it. The only reason that I'm being firm about it is because we're trying to build muscle memory. Okay, so there we go. Little a, big A, and I'm going to slide this down onto the floor of the desk. And that's going to be really important because, take a look at this. What do you see here?
Writing.
Okay, do you know what this word is? Ceiling.
Seal.
What's this one?
Table. Floor.
Basement.
Basement.
This is going to change your kid's life. This is going to change your kid's life. Letter personalities. All letters have personalities. There are ceiling letters, table letters, floor letters, basement letters. We're going to master them. Okay, so we're going to come back to that in just a minute. The first thing I want you to do is notice you have a straight line, straight across. You have a whole circle here. A lot of people make their A's all squishy, squishy. I love that you use two circles and then you popped a nice strong back onto it so it stands up straight. And it sits down on the floor and it meets at about the table. They start at the ceiling, line at the table, onto the floor. No basement. Next, since we have a chalkboard table, you don't need to use this. I'm going to put it away. Can you write for me the capital A and the lowercase a? Good. I'm going to get you to do your uppercase A again without stretching out into its neighbor's surroundings. Awesome. I'm going to get you to do it again, but this time, spiders always come down from the ceiling to the floor. So do letters. They want to start up at the ceiling and come down to the floor. So if you were a capital A starting at the ceiling, good guess, try again. Starting at the ceiling, what would that look like? And that's why we move on to this really quickly. This is why we make it, chalk it, whiteboard write it. That's right, you got it. But stretching out to your neighbor's horizons. So that's where the wipe and write comes in, because this is just like sort of playing around. It's playful. It should be playful at least. Put your chalk aside, grab your new weapons. I love that they're the same color as well. And I do have this forehand writing and cursive writing, but we're not there yet. Okay, next we're gonna do our capital A only. You need to start at the ceiling like a spider coming down from the ceiling. Start at the ceiling, pull this down to the floor. Good, where's the floor? Yeah, that's right. Everyone always wants to start above the ceiling in this area. They don't realize there's a whole space to fill. Now, how come your A went down to the basement? What's going on there? That's right. This kit also comes with an erasable marker. Okay, are you happy with that A? Do it again, this time really thoughtfully, like you are teaching your brain, this is how you make an A. So two classic moves, which is why you have two pens, is I'm going to circle the areas that go out of bounds, strike. But I also want Haley to notice And so I might show her how very close to the page she got when she was doing her letter construction. And it's like, if I'm close enough, I can support my A. We always want our bodies to be centered. And here's one more tip. This is body. Hand supporting the page. Pen locked and loaded. Starting at the top of the page, bringing it down to the floor, bringing it down to the floor, reaching across, not getting crazy, capping the pen, and resting pose. There's like a martial arts to this sometimes. Whatever makes you happy. So let's try the A again. This time, plant your hand. That's right. It's your non-dominant hand that you plant. So you're planting your left hand just like me. And we are starting at the ceiling, running it down to the floor, going back up to the ceiling, running down to the floor, and little bridge across the mountain at the table. And that's when you could circle mine. Correction. Okay? And then that means I'd have to do it again.
Do I have any mistakes?
Nope. And so you get a ding, ding, ding. Okay. Erase that. And let's do 3 little A's. So little A is going to start in a different place. It's not going to start at the ceiling.
Table.
Yeah. It's going to start at the table.
All the way to the basement?
Is it a basement letter? Let's take a look. Basement letters are G's, J's, P's, Y's, and Q's, usually. This also has a weird Q on it. Okay, so it starts at the table, goes down to the floor. Nice. And if you're going to be really strict, you're going to get students to go nice and round and do a stick. No one really writes their A's that way. I'm not fussy about it, but for the purpose of letter construction, if you have students with dyslexia or you have students who are having difficulties with their writing, please get them to stop and go back and make a circle and a stick. It's a circle and stick because we need to associate shapes, which is the left side of the brain, the right side of the brain is shapes, and color. And tell the left side of the brain, that's an A. So our shapes on the right side mean nothing until they communicate with the left side of the brain. Why we're using colors, why we're using concrete things, but why we also use the narrative of ceiling, table, floor, basement. Okay, you've mastered your A, so you should have a new worksheet, but we're just going to use Haley's old worksheets from here, and you're going to do 3 capital A's here and 3 lowercase a's here with your pencil now. So make it, chalk it, whiteboard it, final copy times 3. Right down on this line. Capital A. Times 3.
Yay.
This speeds up after time, becomes really quick.
I'm a slow writer.
It's okay. Your brain is rewiring and relearning. Awesome. Do 3 lowercase a's. Good. That was nice. That's a good one. Perfect. So there was a couple things she did there. She lifted her pen off the page. Every time someone lifts their pen off the page and starts again, it's a little bit like driving a car and going over a speed bump too fast and having to get back on the road. So we want to keep our pen on the page, which is why cursive writing is so brilliant. Okay, we can work on that.
Cursive.
Okay, let's do the B just for practice on how to do this activity. So first, make an uppercase and lowercase B for me.
B?
Yeah.
On this?
Make it first.
A B. Okay. But that. Yeah, that way, right?
Whoa. Skip may be better if it has one more. Start with your big B. Do your big B first. I'm going to make a little note there. Good. Small. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, you don't have enough pieces to do a lowercase b. I think I'll add another one into the kit now that I think about it. So you can borrow from that one. That's fine. That's right. Okay. So big B. And I always say B's have belly buttons. D's have ducktails.
I know you said that to me once when I was writing.
B's have belly buttons. D's have ducktails. Okay, so the next step after make it is chalk it. Make it, chalk it. And we'll just pretend that this has another little circle on here. There you go. Just for fun. Okay, so make your big B. Sure.
Big belly button.
Big belly button. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Okay, so write your big B with chalk. Okay, little b. She's got a belly button. Perfect. Mastered. First go was mastered. So now you can do it with a letter construction or letter personality spot.
I'm gonna try it with pink this time.
Awesome. Okay, and do your little b next to it.
I've always learned that if I do my D's, I've always thought that D's are this way, so D's in lowercases must be this way, because B's, if you just take that off, it's a B. But it's actually the opposite.
B's have belly buttons, D's have ducktails. So there's lots of awesome tricks. Now let's do 3 big B's and 3 little b's using our understanding of the letter construction area, the letter personality area.
Big B. Little.
Awesome, I love it. And the only thing I would love is if your B started at the ceiling so that he didn't get shortchanged. Good. And do one more for me. Just squeeze it in where you can. Perfect. So this is my favorite A. This is my favorite B. This is my favorite A here. And this is my favorite B here. So take a look and notice, we did A and B today, and now you know that they start at the ceiling and come down. And this one, poor little B got stunted growth on there. And now, from now on, he will sit high. Okay? Well done. You just learned the top 3 most important skills in any literacy. We're not talking pre-K here. Haley, how old are you?
I'm 10.
You're 10, and I can't tell you how many 10-year-olds I meet who need to go back and do this activity, because if you master Naughty Monkey, Guess Who, and letter construction, and the next round of videos you'll learn even more. When you master this, suddenly writing becomes easier, reading becomes easier, because we are telling the left and the right brain, please listen to each other. You haven't been listening to each other. We are like diplomats for the left and right brain when we do this. What do you think?
This is pretty fun. I think we should do more.
Tune in again for more amazing literacy activities. My name is Zoe Clement. If you have any questions, definitely put them down in the comments below. If you have your own learning struggles that you want to talk about and get some tips for, please put that into the comment section as well. Make sure you subscribe. Check out our other videos. Thank you to Haley, and we'll see you again soon.